What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's the last day of football of week 9, and the Ravens are playing Monday Night Football. Joshua, it's prime time at not Lucas Oil Stadium. It's prime time in St. Louis. I messed it up again. It's prime time in New Orleans.
Yeah.
There we go. I got it. Ravens have a history of playing pretty well in prime time down there. How are you feeling for tonight's game?
I mean, I feel like we can win. We can win in a convincing way. New Orleans Saints is missing a lot of pieces in their offense. Their defense will have to play a tremendous game to stop the run game and stop us, even with the pieces that we're missing to really put us at a hold. But, Benjamin, you dirty dog. Of course it's going to be PQ, goddammit. But that's besides the point tonight.
Are you sure? I don't know. I think I'm going Chuck Clark on that one.
You think PQ going to show out in LS in his hometown in his stomping ground?
I think yes, because he doesn't have to be the guy anymore.
Well, since you bring it up that way, let's go with the odd man out. So no, I mean I'm definitely feeling good. It's Monday night. I know a lot of people are going to be off of work tomorrow, so I know a lot of people can enjoy the game. I know McConnell, we talked earlier. I know you're not going to be able to be off. But
hey, when I picture my dad, Josh, I remember his hands. They were strong. They were warm.
That's ESPN, y'all.
That was
ESPN.
I love the ESPN random video starts. Oh, man. Oh, no, Void. Void says Roquan drops it? No.
Come on, man. His debut like that? Come on, boy. Don't do that, baby.
If Roquan drops a pick, I guarantee the next play, he's just gonna hit someone so hard that people start calling him Vontez Perfect.
You got to.
But Joshua, how important is it for the Ravens to win this game? They're one game ahead of the Bengals in the overall standings going into the bye week. First game with a lot of players coming back. But at the same time, no Mark Andrews, first game without Bateman, first game with Deshaun Jackson, Benjamin Victor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. First game with Roquan. How important is this game in comparison to the other games that we've played this year?
If I had to put this on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say 10. The reason I say 10 because this is definitely a momentum game. This is another game against an NFC opponent that I think this might be the first time Lamar Jackson may be playing them. So, I know he wants to keep the streak going. He will be 26-2 against NFC opponents, I believe. I could be wrong.
I could be maybe 16-2.
Okay. So I mean, it's definitely big. And then getting a win going into the bye week, that builds up the confidence, builds up morale, and you can truly enjoy your break without thinking about a loss. I know there's going to be miscues, there's going to be mishaps, but still, being able to be on top of the heap and stay on top of the heap in a convincing way, I feel like that's going to definitely help us and let us come back, strong and healthier and get back to what we do best.
Yeah, and I would agree. I do think this is a really important game for the Ravens because when you're going into the bye week, you want to go in on a positive note. You don't want to go in and allow for your team to be able to be like, oh no, well, that was really bad with all his first guys. You want Roquan's first game to be big, and you want Tyus Bowser's return to be big. You want Lamar Jackson's first game. Like, this is Isaiah Likely's first game as the number 1 tight end of his career. Like, all of these kind of quote unquote debuts you want to be big so that when you go into the bye week, you have that momentum and you're able to build upon that. Benefit is the Bengals are also on a bye week next week. So it's not a situation where if the Ravens lost this week, the Bengals could pass them in the standings. Luckily, if they do lose, the Bengals can't pass them next week. But this is a difficult game, and primetime games are massive for momentum because that's when you really get to see the leaders, and that's when you really get to see Lamar Jackson play at his best. That is where all of the Ravens' best games, all of the most important moments of Lamar Jackson's career, almost all of them, have all come in prime time. I would say the only game that didn't have it was the Seattle game. And I believe that was a 4 p.m. game, if I'm remembering correctly, in Seattle, which is borderline prime time for in Seattle game because an in Seattle game starts at 5:30 Pacific time. But like you think about the big moments in Lamar Jackson's career, it's been the LA Rams, it's been the New England Patriots, it's been the Kansas City Chiefs in was that Sunday night or Monday Night Football last year?
I believe that was Sunday night.
Yeah. I mean,
also, even with Cleveland when they had Baker.
Beating them with Cleveland, like all of these
gigantic snack food maker who needs
momentum building moments have come in prime time. And that's where you want to get Lamar playing with these players and trying to build up that momentum for the rest of the year, because the Ravens don't have, I don't even know if the Ravens have any I think the Ravens may have one primetime game remaining. They may not have any. One. Is this it?
This is the last one.
That's so sad. That's the Ravens were done dirty. Oh, well, technically it may not be because the final game of the season is to be determined.
Oh, yeah,
could get Ravens Bengals Sunday night or Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the final chance to establish like Lamar Jackson is, hey, he's legit, and not just he's legit, but he's MVP, right? You know, he's superstar. He's they're contenders, legit.
I think people have been forgetting that. I mean, everybody been, calling out Josh Allen's name, but Josh Allen just lost to Zach and company.
Yep.
So I mean, we all know that the best of the best sometimes they sometimes take L's. We know that sometimes it can be straggling in the game. I mean, look at last night's game against Tennessee and Kansas City. Pat Mahomes was looking like he was looking like dog. He was looking like a dog turd, if we're being completely honest. But then he finally got it together, and they came out on top. I feel sorry for Malik Willis because it damn near feels like Tennessee is doing Malik the same way Baltimore has been doing Lamar Jackson. But neither here or there. Lamar Jackson just had some more of an X factor over Malik Willis. That's the only difference about that. But I mean, it's Monday night. We've been 10 days without Ravens football. I know I've been at peace without my heart racing, me being stressed out. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? Even though I can't stand them damn guys, I love them, man. I'm ready to go to war with them tonight.
Yeah, it's a love-hate relationship because watching Ravens games is so stressful. And we talked about this in the podcast recording, but the way that the Ravens are going to have to win games for the rest of the season is not going to be 2019 Ravens. It's going to be, I think 2018 Ravens is probably the best comparison. Yeah. Grind out running the football and play really good defense, and Lamar Jackson will be able to make enough plays to, get you across that finish line, because the Ravens don't have a very good passing game. I think they're competent enough. They can make enough plays, just like in 2018 when it was, Michael Crabtree and Smokey Brown. Yeah. It was like, okay, this is decent. And they were able to win. Lamar went, 6-1 in the regular season, when he took over the crown. And I want to say he took over after the Ravens played the Saints, if I'm remembering correctly. I know the Ravens lost the game to the Saints off of a Justin Tucker missed extra point. First of his career. That was a big jinx by the announcer right there. But yes, Andy Dalton is starting tonight. For people saying things, yes, Andy Dalton is starting. But Lamar and the Ravens are going to have to win in Ravens fashion. It's going to be, it was the Steelers loss. Okay, thank you, Spooky J. I do know Lamar scored a touchdown in the Saints game, but the Ravens, it's going to be ground and pound and play really good defense. The rest of the Ravens season is going to be really stressful, no matter who they're against. Even if they're not against a top tier opponent, like they play the Panthers after the bye, that's going to be tough. They still play the Falcons. It's going to be running slow.
I don't know if you caught my tweet yesterday, but I said, look at the way Cincinnati was blowing the Panthers out until they put Baker in. Baker started, doing Baker things. But the way Cincy was blowing them out, the Ravens could do the same thing, but also they can let the Panthers come back in and try to win the game too. That's the stress of being a Ravens fan. It's like, yo, just win in a convincing manner. Like, I don't know if you saw it, but IMG Academy, they made the other team stop the game in the second half. It was 92-0. And it made me think about, I said, damn, maybe Greg Roman coaches games to thinking that they're going to call the mercy call. I mean, we had put up enough points, but at the same time, you only put up 30, 28 points. That's not enough for the mercy rule. And in the NFL, they damn sure don't do that. They don't even do that in college no more. We don't. I remember a couple of years back. I don't know I don't know who it was. I think it was like against New Mexico State, and somebody put up 100 points. It was like within the last 3 or 4 years, and it was all the way to the fourth quarter. So it's like, yo, we really need to get Gregory Roman back into the high school realm, because the way he coached these games, the way he called these games, it's not going to always work. It's not going to always work. It's got to be consistently in this league, today's league, all gas, no breaks, constant points. You got to put up points. And I hope, hopefully tonight we're able to see that, whether it's 7-3 or 3-7, you got to get points.
Yeah, they got to figure out a way to score in the red zone. And I think the benefit is, I think this is going to slow. I think, it sucks that the Ravens don't have Bateman, but a positive is I think it's really going to slow down the offense. I think they're going to take more time on their possessions. They're not going to try and be like crazy explosive. I think it's going to be slow, methodical, and powerful. I think it's, look at the Tennessee Titans, look at all these other teams where it's like the Ravens defense is going to be rested every time they get the ball. And with a rested Roquan Smith, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, when we get Marcus Williams back, David Ojabo, Matthias Bowser, all the playmakers the Ravens have on defense, that's when it's going to be huge. It's going to be very, very tough for the Ravens to win if they try and get into shootouts. So they need to start tonight with the slow, methodical, and they may put up a lot of points, like being slow and methodical. That's fine.
Yeah.
But you don't want them to just go out there and just be like, all right, we're trying to throw the ball 45 times tonight. They got to make sure that they can run the football and do things and grind out this game. That's how they're going to have to play. When you lose your number one wide receiver and you don't have a great wide receiver core, you're going to have to figure out how to win without wide receivers.
Yeah.
And don't do what the Tennessee Titans did and not throw to a single receiver, because that ended up not working out for them.
That was stressful. You literally just had Malik Willis throwing fades on one-on-one like all night.
Yep. Shout out to Chigomi Okonkwo. Had like a 40-yard screen, but he broke like 3 tackles on that play. I was like,
whoa,
oh man. I saw that play and I was like, is that Chigo? Is that Chigo? And I see like number 4, and I'm like, yeah, that's him.
That had got me tight, man.
I see a lot of people are asking questions about, getting sacks. Joshua, what are you thinking for the Ravens defense in terms of pressure? Are they going to be able to get a lot of pressure on Andy Dalton?
I mean, the deal on the Saints offensive line is not that good, and they're playing against my project. Is my project baby playing tonight, Trevor Plenty, or is he not on the starting? He's not on the starting line.
I can look it up.
If he's on the starting line, I'm looking forward to seeing that Justin Houston Trevor Plenty matchup. But their offensive line is definitely not the best. I mean, I feel like we can cut this front seven, especially with the addition of Roquan Smith. We can add a lot of pressure, and now we can actually see a Patrick Queen more fluently at the will linebacker position, flowing through the gaps, and hopefully just finish it through with the tackles.
He is not playing. He's on IR right now.
Okay,
it's James Hurst.
Oh man, my God,
even better.
My God. Come on now. So I'm not saying it's going to be a true field day, but we do get Calais Campbell back as well tonight, which is a great plus. Justin Metabike, Broderick Washington, Travis Jones, they've been playing good ball, but to get that veteran leader, we've been working out with Justin Houston and JPP. It is a sight to see, and also we get our coverage outside linebacker tonight as well, and that's making his debut, Tyus Bowser. So, we're getting a lot of fresh pieces back. So it's going to be a sight to see. So I definitely feel like this front seven is going to be rejuvenated, and they're going to be ready to go.
I think this could be a big game for a guy like Adafe away. A game against a team that as a great running back, Alvin Kamara, I think is a top. I think I have him in my top 7 running backs in the NFL. Great pass catcher, but they don't have a great offensive line. Ramczyk he's one of the best tackles in the NFL, but Hurst is not. He could really make a name for himself setting the edge tonight and allowing for, a Tyus Bowser to get sacks, allowing for the blitz with Patrick Queen or Roquan Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Ravens, all of the Ravens front 7 can blitz. All of them can get sacks. And so I think we're going to see a lot of blitzes because Jarvis Landry is out. It's going to be a lot of Chris Olave. That's really the main threat that we're having to stop. And Alvin Kamara out of the backfield. And David Ojabo is not playing.
Let's not forget Taysom Hill.
If Taysom Hill comes in, do not let Taysom Hill beat us.
Yeah, the poor man's Lamar Jackson,
That'd be rough.
Very, very much so.
I feel like Taysom Hill's probably the worst person that you can get beat by. Where it's like, well, we were doing great. Taysom Hill had 3 3rd-and-1 conversions, and 2 of them he took for 40-yard touchdowns. And you're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think I'd be highly pissed if he goes off the way he thinks it's going to go off, man. Like I can't accept that.
And in this game, I think let's go through some keys to success, Joshua. What do you think Ravens' keys to success are?
Time of possession. I would say making for short tackles. We got to wrap up. I think having a guy like Roquan Smith in that middle of a short tackler, someone that's leading the league in tackles, I feel like that energy is going to be contagious, and everybody's going to feed off of it, and just continuously all gas no brakes. Got to continue scoring no matter what.
Yeah, I think my biggest key is physicality. Like, don't win, beat them. Like, be physical. Yeah. Attack the ball. If you're a running back, fight for extra yards, lower the shoulder. If you're a cornerback like Marlon Humphrey, get physical. If you're a defensive lineman, get physical. Right? Make sure that you are not allowing them to be comfortable, to sit easy. If you're going to hit Alvin Kamara, hit him, right? Make sure that he doesn't want to go catch that ball over the middle. And I know a lot of people are upset when someone says, hey, play physical. This is football. Don't try and injure them. That's not what I'm saying, but play physical and impose your will. It starts in the trenches. When you're a running football team playing against a team that wants to run the football, win the trenches, win the game. And how do you win the trenches is by being the more physical team, by dominating the other team from the line of scrimmage. Guys like Isaiah likely need to be physical, right? Physical blocking and physical once he catches that ball. Duvernay, on those jet sweeps, be physical, block, hit him. And then obviously the running backs, Kenyon Drake and Justice Hill, fight for extra yards.
And hold on to the ball, Justice.
And Kyle Hamilton, pop somebody.
Yeah. I think tonight he has to definitely continue making his presence known.
Last time the Ravens played in primetime, which is last Thursday, Kyle Hamilton made his play of the year. Yeah. Diving, swat, just an unbelievable play for him. And it's just that's the type of thing that we need out of him in these big games, right? They have a big tight end in Troutman. They also have Taysom Hill. Kyle Hamilton's going to be a guy that I think should play a big role because we're going to need him close to the line of scrimmage, watching Kamara, watching the tight ends, watching the deep ball. Watch everything, Kyle Hamilton. Be smart. You're against a tricky, unique team that is sneaky good when it comes to scoring points.
Definitely agree with that.
Let's see here. What do you expect out of Devin Duvernay and Deshaun Jackson today?
I feel like I don't like Gregory, but I give him his props every now and then. With Devin Duvernay, He's using him as an all-around athlete. So I do see, some more plays coming out the vault with Devin Duvernay. Deshaun Jackson, this is his first game. This is his debut tonight with the Baltimore Ravens in a run-heavy offense. I do see him stretching out the field. I got them going deep to him on the first play, just to test the water, see what they're really about, see if the honey badger can get back there quick enough.
And I think people don't remember this. Deshaun Jackson is the greatest debut player of all time. His last debut was with the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to go through his career. Hold on. I'm going to pull up his stats. Because this guy, his first game back to Philly, he was playing with Carson Wentz. He completely dominated. In his first game with the Raiders, he played very well. Where's his game logs? Here we go. All right, here we go. Go to share screen. Nope, not invite. Share screen. Okay, can we see this? Is it visible?
Yep.
Okay, I'll zoom in. All right. Las Vegas Raiders first game, 1 reception, 38 yards. Boom, big play right there. Las Vegas 4 receptions, 4 targets, 3 receptions, 102 yards and a touchdown. His first game with the Rams was in, I want to find another year, 2020, I think was his first game with the Rams. Oh, no, it was 2021. First game with the Rams. Look at that. I mean, like, look at these debuts. It's like, I mean, it wasn't his debut, but his third game with the Rams.
Yeah.
120 yards and a touchdown early on. It's like, didn't really do that for the rest of his time in LA. Like, Deshaun Jackson is known for making a statement early. 2019, played with Philly. Look at his debut. 8 receptions, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And I mean, and that's what it's all about. I mean, everybody's doubting, the passing game because it's no Rashad Bateman. Mark Andrews is out. So, but everybody seems to forget.
Debut with Tampa Bay. 5 receptions, 146 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I feel like he will make his presence known tonight.
Yeah, he's a beast. And I wonder if we're going to use him. I think we'll definitely take a shot with him. I hope we take multiple shots to him, just deep down the field. I just don't know if, it'll be that consistent. I would love for him to just like torch somebody, though. That'd be hilarious.
No, absolutely.
But what about, let's talk about the other guy. He's taking a big step tonight, the Gorilla. Isaiah Likely, tight end 1. What are you thinking we're going to see from him tonight?
Man, this ain't no new thing. Then I called it a week ago. I said if Mark Andrews go down, this may be a whole nother Hayden Hurst Mark Andrews situation all over again. I'm not saying Mark Andrews is going to be done for the year, but this is truly something I've been talking about of Isaiah Likely showing that he can be an intricate part of this offense. I feel like, people heard of his name, but I feel like this is going to be another full introduction because he just gave him a tidbit the other week ago of what he could do. I feel like this is going to be the real introduction to what, Isaiah Likely can be in this league. I feel like he could be a household name. He could be a definitely chess piece in this offense if used properly.
Absolutely. I feel like he's a piece that if we can unlock him with Mark Andrews out, it'll do so much for us down the stretch and into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting a big game out of him. I think he's going to be the main target today. I think NFL fans are going to get really upset because they're going to be like, man, they got this guy and Mark Andrews. That's stupid. Like, that's stupid. That shouldn't be allowed, right? It's like you shouldn't be able to have 2 of the best pass catching tight ends in the NFL.
Well, big dog, we do live with it.
Well, Joshua, we've got about 10 minutes till the game starts. Yeah. But First off, I want to ask you, what stream are you watching? Are you watching the ESPN, Troy Aikman, and Joe Buck, or are you watching the Manning cast?
So if NFL, so I do stream East, so hopefully it's the Manning cast. I shall actually take a look right now, real quick for us.
I love the Manning cast.
They're pretty damn funny.
Also, future Ravens head coach Sean Payton is the final guest. That's why they got him watching the game.
Don't say that.
Sean Payton hired at halftime. He's like, sorry, guys, I can't be on the show anymore. But on the other side, some hot takes for the game. Yep. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball. What's your hot take for the offense?
You know, the crazy thing about this, game, I really do see us coming out here passing the ball and passing it efficiently with, our ragtag group. So I'm going to go with 350 yards by Lamar Jackson with 3 touchdowns, one to Isaiah, one to Demarcus Robinson, and a deep ball to Deshaun Jackson.
I love it. I'm gonna rock out. I'm gonna give Isaiah Likely a touchdown.
Yep.
And 75 yards. And I'm going to say that the Ravens run the ball for 200 against a good Saints defense.
I like that. We gotta wear out Cam Jordan.
Yes, sir.
I like
that. Absolutely. Do you have anything for the defensive side of the ball?
Defense, man. I think I got 2 pick sixes. One by Roquan Smith. And I'm still banking on Kyle Hamilton.
Mm-hmm. People may be like, what? 2 pick sixes by the Saints? They threw 2 pick sixes on like back-to-back drives against the Arizona Cardinals. I believe that was also in primetime. Or it was
a
Yeah. Yeah, I think that I think we get a Roquan Smith turnover. I think we definitely get a pick. I'm gonna go with Marlon. I think Marlon gets a pick.
I like that.
And Tyus Bowser gets a pick.
Ooh. So we still got linebacker secondary. Somebody eating. I like that. Benjamin, we always love a Pepe pick for sure, bro.
Justin Tucker was hitting him easily from 70 yards in warm up today.
And he's inside the dome tonight.
Yep.
Side note, did you see LSU run out play Sunday night?
I did see it. Greg Roman was like fuming. He was like, this is why we run this play, for this type of success.
But the thing is, at least LSU got motion with their tight end.
That's true. That's true. They did have the motion. And Tampa Bay ran it too. Well, it wasn't much of a Brady rollout, but it was a bootleg to the right or whatever.
Yeah.
Forced fumble for Roquan. I like that. Preseason pick machine, Geno Stone. I almost picked Geno Stone for having a pick. I would love for just like a 5 interception game for Andy Dalton.
Yo, it could be crazy. It could be
Bring
crazy.
back Jameis. I love Jameis. I love watching Jameis.
That's my guy, man. He's a true motivator, like for real.
He really is.
Like, I don't care what he's done. Put him in a room to talk to some guys, to get him motivated. That's your man.
Yeah. All right. Does anyone have any, final questions before we take off before this game starts? Make sure to come through to the post-game stream as well. Excited for that, but this is gonna be a fun one. I'm so excited for this game. I got off work and I was excited.
I went to work with the jersey on, man.
Ooh, yeah, that's a mood. I need to get myself a Ravens polo so I can wear it to work.
Yo, that's clean. You gotta
That'd be
take your
sick.
golf. You gotta put it on when you're golfing too, bro.
I actually used to like when I was like in like high school, I had a Ravens golf shirt. I used to wear it golfing. It was sick.
You gotta get
Doesn't
your
fit me anymore though. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming into the stream. Super excited for this game. Keep up with us on Twitter. Come through with us after the game. But Joshua, do you have anything final to say before we get ready for some Ravens football?
Man, it's Monday Night Football, y'all. Let's get ready to watch a good game tonight. That's all.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Thank you all for coming through, and we'll see all of you again after.